back, everybody. It's Mark with Exotic Car Play Place. Thanks for coming back to the channel again today. But join us in some of the 5 issues that I have with this car. The 5 things that I really don't like too much about the BMW M4. Of course, I hope you watched my video on the 5 things I love about it. And overall, these cars are magnificent, but there's always a downside. So okay, so the first thing that really bothers me, and after using this car for a while, I'm going to share that with you. First thing, when you get in or out of the car, it's the same issue. I go in and I try to get in. Now, because the car is so wide, you've got this splitter here. I go to turn in, and I'm always catching my foot here, and the back of my Achilles there always gets pinched, and that hurts. Yesterday, I actually had it really hurt for a while. Kind of got bruised because of actually turning and trying the same thing, getting out. So you're not scraping the side of the car. You're trying to get out, and as you turn, that always catches you on the back of the leg right there, and that hurts. So that's one thing I really noticed, a little niggle. It definitely adds to the look, so I wouldn't necessarily do without it, but it does catch you in the leg. Okay, second thing is getting into the car. Rear access, I'll be honest, and I mentioned this in previous videos, it's available and it's pretty good for a coupe, but so you've got this handle, you power this ahead, which is fine, but at the end of the day, you still have to be a bit of an acrobat to get in. Now, I'm fairly young, I'm fairly fit, but I find it's still a little bit of a, let's just turn around, trying to get in here, now you got this thing going on, plus your leg, trying to squeeze in there. That's tough for somebody who's not physically fit. You don't want to, your overweight buddy there is going to struggle getting in and out of the back seat, so definitely it's something you got to be a bit of an acrobat to even use these back seats. Okay, so the third thing that I find a little bit weird in this car, let's open the door. And this, by the way, is on either side, driver or passenger. So, but you look under here, looking here, you've got the seat top and you've got this. So if I want to move the seat ahead, I'm going to pull a handle and we're okay there, right? That works. But what if you got that little guy up front, he's sitting up front, and there are short people. Say you've got somebody taller in the back, they need the seat up to the front. Now you do this, and now you're rubbing up here. You're catching the visor. So you're grabbing it, causing damage potentially. So that part I find a little awkward. It's actually worse on my Lamborghini that I have at home. I found that even a bigger problem there. But this still can be an issue if you got a little guy up front and a big guy in the back. This does sort of catch at times. Okay, so we're going to start the car. Here's the fourth thing that I don't really care about. What's all that chiming going on? Oh, there we go. Now, okay, I don't have my seatbelt on hypothetically. I'm in a parking lot, so that's not that big of a deal. But let's just set off. It seems like every little, kind of a warning or a little alarm, and there's a lot of them, seems to set that little chime off. And it doesn't always have to be the seatbelt. It could be a lot of other factors, whether your lights are on or there's something going on. After a while, that bing and bong sort of start to get on your nerves a little bit. It's certainly not the worst thing I've ever heard, because as a matter of fact, I've heard some of the old school ones are like literally a buzzer and they sound horrible. But this does sort of grate on your nerves a little bit. So that's the fourth thing I don't love about this car. So the fifth thing I kind of gets me about these cars, and it's, it's not the M car, it's not just BMW, it's all of the manufacturers are going with that. I know Porsche is doing it. A lot of the brands are doing this, and that is all for efficiency, and that's, fuel savings and saving the environment with the full intent on, minimizing our costs and our impact, carbon impact on the world. So they do systems like this where it auto shuts off. Now, yes, you can disable it, and yes, when you're Sport Plus, it won't operate. But if you're not in that racy mode and you're just driving along, I find it takes you off guard a little bit at times. When you're driving along and it just shuts off. I guess as you own these cars longer term, you'll probably appreciate it. But I have to think that over time, a car that starts and stops constantly through busy traffic, you're going to see more wear. You're going to see problems wearing on starters, ring gear, and all the other parts and pieces that are part of that starting circuit. So here we go. I'll just show you quickly. So we've got the system turned on. Okay, so we're gonna pull up. We're assuming we're pulling up to a red light. We're slowing down nice and easy. Easy peasy. and it turns off. That is a feature, again, that I'm not particularly in love with. Now, either you can disable it by turning that on, and that actually disables it by turning that button on. So when it's illuminated, that is disabled. So it's kind of warning you with that light on there. Now, how you get going, all you do is release your foot off the brake. You don't even have to touch the gas. Foot off the brake, and then the car will start. And now we set off, and away we go. So everybody, I hope you enjoyed the video. Those are the 5 things that I didn't like about this M4. And to be quite frank, some of them are kind of generic, but in reality, they're all relatively minor issues. And overall, this car is spectacularly good. I love overall everything that it does. It does very, very well. It's very drivable. It's very fast. It sounds good. It looks good. What's not to like about an M4? So thanks again, everybody. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. Share the video with your friends, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. And of course, in the comment section, you'll notice the folks at Edmonton BMW. Give them a look. Check out their website. They have this car and many, many other great cars. Check them out. Great dealership. We'll see you again next time, guys. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.